Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, and today we're going to tackle a question which is relatively common in the body language world. It's a theme that shows up in mainstream culture and sort of borders on the line of fact or fiction, myth or reality. And we're going to delve straight in and I'm going to give you an answer. So the question at hand is, can you identify a liar if they rub their nose? So can you identify a liar purely by the rub or the itch of a nose? If you're interested in what I do and what I can offer, and want to stay alert to the constant stream of applicable and powerful information I'm giving, please click subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so as I've discussed in previous videos momentarily, the conscious mind dictates the words an individual chooses to speak, whereas the subconscious mind dictates the body and speaks the reality of someone's mindset. And so what we do is we take into consideration and we pay more attention to the body than the words. That's where we get reality and we get the truth. Okay, so what I'm going to do is paint a brief picture. Let's say you're speaking to an individual and you asked that individual, "Hey, did you see that person last night?" And in response to your question, they said no. And as they said no, their hand comes up to itch the side of their nose ever so lightly, okay? Okay, so what I'm speaking of purely is the isolated instance of them touching their nose. I'm not going to speak of any other body language that happened in that real time, which would really display the full picture and give you more information to work with. That's what you're going to be paying attention to in the long run. You're going to be able to analyse the whole picture rather so than a particular segment, which at this moment is the touching of the nose, okay? So there's no certainty until you acquire a wealth of information at that time from the entire body. But what I'm going to do is start discussing why they may have touched their nose at that particular moment, okay? So, are they lying to you? Okay, so when an individual lies, they choose consciously to verbally state a contradiction to what their brain actually believes. And in doing so, that does cause a clash of interest, and their body will represent that. So, when you lie, the body will release chemicals through heightened blood pressure and anxiety. Okay? And what happens is that blood pressure swells the tissues in the nose. Okay? We call that the Pinocchio effect. And what that ends up doing is causing the nose's nerve endings to tingle. Do you see where we're going here? So through a momentary burst of heightened blood pressure, through consciously being aware that they're lying to you, the pressure literally expands the tissues of the inside nose, causing it to tingle. Now the individual will act on impulse to scratch this itch, because it is a genuine itch. It's not a subconscious behaviour where the hand magically just touches the nose. There is a genuine itch that needs itching, and it's due to the expansion of the tissues within the nose, okay? Now we talk about nerve endings. The face is covered in nerve endings, so you will see people touching their face in a variety of ways throughout the day in order to calm themselves. A lot of these behaviours will be rooted within their youth, means of pacifying themselves. We call them pacifying behaviours because it soothes a subconscious anxiety, okay? We do it without knowing, we do it all over the body, something I will delve into in due time. So not only does that itch need scratching, what happens is the individual rubs the nose as they rub the nerve endings, the sensitive nerve endings, not only in the face but in the nose that has been swollen through the heightened blood pressure. This brings an incredible relief to the anxiety that's been provoked through lying to you. Okay? So that's a pacifying behaviour, something you should make a note on, as I will delve more into this and you will see this really as one of the foundations of nonverbal communication. Another point to take into consideration, which will sort of make this a triad of confirmation the individual may possibly be lying to you, is when we're kids and we say something silly or something we're not supposed to, we cover our mouths. We take our hand and we cover our mouths to say, oops, I didn't mean to say that. As we get older, we shroud that behaviour because as adults we need to deal with things more appropriately. So we deal with saying the wrong thing and blocking the mouth in more indirect means. So as the hand comes to touch the nose, what does it do? Secondary. It covers the mouth. The hand is raised as the individual lies to not only touch the nose, itch the tissues in the nose, receive a burst of positive endorphins from the touching of the nerve endings, but it also covers the mouth. Oops. You see? So when it comes to an individual raising the hand in real time and itching the nose as they say something silly, I would definitely take it into consideration. What you've heard might be a little bit suspicious. So I will re-clarify one more time so you can pay attention when you're speaking to an individual. If you are speaking to someone and you ask them, have you stolen my money? And they say, no, of course I've not. And as they say that, their hand comes, itches the nose, to cover the mouth, to scratch an itch that's come out of nowhere through heightened blood pressure and an explosion of chemicals through the contradiction the brain now has to deal with, and rub nerve endings, which is a pacifying behaviour, just like the rubbing of the cheeks, the forehead, the chin, the neck, the back of the head. They may not be telling the truth. If you found this lesson informational, please click the subscribe, keep in touch, and stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to be uploading them very regular because this is my field of expertise. Thank you.